Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in this video we're going to be talking about the circle formulas. But before you start with your circle formulas, you need to first know how to label your circle. Alright, look at the drawing here. From your center to the edge of your circle, it is actually known as your radius. And 2 times of your radius will equals to your diameter. Alright, therefore, from one edge to the other edge that passes through the circle is known as your diameter. And the circle outside is called your circumference. Alright, then actually your circle can be broke down into one smaller part known as your sector, and the circumference of your sector is known as your arc. Pay attention that for your full circle it is actually a total of 360 degrees, whereas for the sector it could be just part of that 360 degrees, often notated by theta over 360. Alright, so let's look at your formulas. You have two formulas that you need to remember. First one is your 2 pi r, which helps calculate your circumference, and the second one is your pi r squared, which calculates your area. So for example, if we had a circle of radius let's say 2 or 3 cm, okay, in order to calculate your circumference, you put that 3 cm into your formula, 2 pi r, which is equals to, type it in your calculator, 2 times pi times 3, you will get exactly 18.85 centimeters. Alright, or another example, if you only had a circle of radius, let's say 5 cm. Alright, so again, putting it into your formula, you have gotten 2 times pi times 5 is equals to, type that into the calculator, 2 times pi times 5, you would have gotten 31.42 cm. This is the circumference. That means this length here is 31.42, and this length here is 18.85 cm. Alright, so using the same circles, you want to calculate the area. Again, simply put the radius value into your formula, pi times r, which is your first circle is 3, square is equals to, type that in the calculator, 3 square times pi, you would have gotten 28.27, and the unit for area would be square centimeters. Alright, for your other circle, again, pi r square is equals to, type that in your calculator, 5 square times pi, you would have gotten 78.54 square centimeters. Alright, so this would have calculated the area of your circle. Okay, area, the entire area. Alright, now what if you are actually given just a sector of that circle? So for example, if for the same circle, also 3 centimeters, but now you are only given the part of it, a sector of it. Say for example, this area is 30 degrees. Alright, to calculate the arc of your circle, arc of your sector, simply put 30 over 360 times 2 pi, again r, you would have gotten 30 divided by 360 times have gotten 1.57. So this length here is 1.57 cm. Alright? Or if you wanted to calculate the area of your sector, let's say we use the one with the 5 cm one, 5 cm, and now the sector is actually let's say 50 degrees. Alright, again you want to calculate the area of the sector. 50 over 360, because like I mentioned just now, the full circle is 360 degrees, times pi r, this r is 5 square, sorry, will equals to times 5 times pi. You would have gotten an area of 10.9. Again, the units for area is square centimeters. Alright, so let's look at an example of a circle question. Okay, calculate the perimeter of the area of the sector. Now, in order to calculate perimeter would have used the radius, perimeter is calculated by using the radius plus your radius plus the arc of your sector. Now, this is your first radius, the second radius is obviously still the same value, and this is your arc, radius, radius, and your arc. Okay, so in order to calculate the perimeter of this, first thing first is you need to calculate the arc. The arc would have been 26 degrees over 360 degrees times 2 pi r. Now input this value into your calculator. 2 times pi times 15 times 26 over 360. You should have gotten the value of 6.81 cm. Alright, now this is the value of your arc. In order to find the perimeter, you simply use the radius plus your radius plus your arc, 6.81. So the perimeter would have been 15 plus 15 plus 6.81. You would have gotten 36.81 cm as the perimeter. Now, in order to calculate the area formula again is pi r square. Okay, so but this is not a full complete circle, so you need to use 26 over 360 times pi r square. Now this, when you type it into your calculator, 26 over 360 times pi times 15 square, you should have gotten a value of 51.05 square centimeters. This is how you calculate the perimeter, and this is how you calculate the area. Alright, now let's move on to a different question. Now, in this scenario, they've actually given you the perimeter. They've told you that the total perimeter of this sector is 68 centimeters. They want you to, in reverse, calculate the angle of x. Now, how do you calculate the angle of x? First things first is, we need to know that all the unknown factors to us. We need to find out the radius, which we know is 24 cm here, and the arc. Okay, so when you calculate perimeter is actually equals to the arc plus your radius plus your radius. Now, the whole perimeter is equals to 68 cm, and plus your arc, which you still do not know, plus your radius of 24 plus 24. Your arc should equals to 68 minus 24 minus 24, arc would have been 20 cm. Now, what was the arc formula again? Your arc formula was theta over 360, because this is not a full circle, times 2 pi r equals to your arc. Okay, now we are still looking for x over 360 using this formula over here, times 2 pi, your radius was 24, equals to 20 cm, which you have calculated just now. So now you just need to rearrange the formula. X over 360 is equals to 20 divided by this whole value, 2 pi 24, because when you bring times over to the right hand side, it's supposed to be divide. Okay, and x will equals to this value, 20 over 2 pi r. Bring 360 over, it is equals to times 360. Therefore, your x would equals to, type this into your calculator, remember to put your brackets. What I like to do is to do the bottom part first. 2 pi r, 2 times pi times 24, 20 divided by answer, times 360. Your final value for x is supposed to be 47.75 degrees. Okay, so this is how you calculate these kind of questions.